Welcome to Power Metal Gamer. Today we're just talking about games that just kind of remind us of being younger, being kids. And remember, we were born in the late 80s, so games like, you know, PS1 was their shit back in the day, and then like PS2 kind of era was their kind of thing. But I remember when I was younger, but there was the Sega and the SNES and stuff like that. I had those systems, I still have those systems, but just kind of things that just reminded me of being, well, actually, when the PS1 came around, it was just, that was the console for me, mainly, but the Super Nintendo was always there, SNES was always there. But today, the Trevmeister,
hey,
he's only new on the channel, so he's going to be here a lot more often, and just talk about games and just being an alcoholic bastard.
Something we do normally, be alcoholics, game on.
Drink Dutch Gold.
Yeah, Dutch Gold.
it's like €1 a can, so it's fucking fine.
And it's not bad.
So, Trev, today you have 5 games that remind you of being a kid.
Yeah.
So,
it wasn't easy choices now, because it's very hard to pick like one game or a top 5 game. I don't know how people do it, but these are ones that I really spent hours on.
Just games that
games I've cleared, completed over and over again that I kept playing, and here's my top 5. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say top 5. It's hard to say.
There's 5 games that get
5 games that get
Alright,
I'll start off with a game that I think everybody that owned the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis.
America was the Sega Genesis, but it was
Sega Mega
Drive over here in Europe.
Yeah. So the first one is Streets of Rage.
Why would it be Streets of Rage? I fucking love Streets of Rage, man.
Well, it's one of these games you have to play when you have a friend over, or you're there with your brothers, sisters, things like that. You just spend an hour and you can go through the game, 2 player.
Let's do a co-op.
Yeah,
like, stop hitting me, you bastard!
Yeah. But it was very annoying when
and when someone steals your chicken and you're like that much left of the health, and like they just hit you a slap and you're like, oh, you bastard!
It's a great game.
You took my chicken, bitch!
I'm sure if you own the Sega Mega Drive, ever did play this game. So it's an easy choice for me.
Everybody loves Streets of Rage, man.
Yeah.
The second one for me was fucking much better than the first one, but the nostalgic is always there. It's a good choice, yeah.
But I never had the privilege of owning the second or third.
So one of my games here that I'll pick would be Tenchu 2 on the PS1. I fucking love Tenchu 2. The amount of hours I put into this game. Remember, it had an editing mode where you can edit your own map and you can do your own thing. And I remember the graphics were even better than the first one, obviously, because it was a later game. It came in like, what, 2000? But Tenchu 2 would be one of the games that reminds me of being a kid. I fucking loved it. It's definitely, I put so much time into this game. And Ricky Maru and fucking Tatsu Maru that the first one had. It's like a prequel to the first game. But if you're unsure of Tenchu 2, then you're a fucking moron and you need to go and check your shit.
Remember the graphics in part 1? Oh my god.
What? You? remember the blokes with the fucking stats? Ninja!
Alright then, I'll start off.
There you go again. Have a little.
I know people think, why not? Why this game? I don't know. Like it was one of the first games.
I personally would have chosen the first.
He thinks the first one now. Me, part 2. Spyro 2.
Gateway to Glimmer.
PlayStation 1. I just love this game. Like I loved it so much.
Remember the main guy, the fucking and Mr. Moneybags that he used to charge you money going through fucking portals.
You just wanted to punch him in the head.
It's like, I'll jump into this digital world and I'll punch your money bags in the ass. I will get a bag full of change and bait your ass with this change.
And Ripto, now I have an uncle that looks a bit like Ripto. Now I won't be mentioning names, but
Ripto?
He looks like Ripto. He's small and
I know.
Yeah, you probably do, yeah. No, he's not a force uncle.
He's some other specimen, not
Yeah,
some other
yeah.
family side.
He's got a way ripped the ball around and looks like he has no neck really, and he's like,
Spoiler Tail, man. I remember it. It's a great game.
Yeah.
But I fucking always pick the first, man. I love the first Spoiler
Yeah.
game. I played it recently and I have it on the PSP and everything, and I have it on the Vita.
Nasty and Orc, yeah. It's a shame they never really brought Nasty and Orc.
Ugly! He's fucking awesome.
Who was the boss now for in part 3?
Year of the Dragon. I can't remember. I didn't
It's a
play
long
3.
time,
I didn't really play part 3. Year of the Dragon was part 3. I have it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first Spyro for me definitely.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll have a go. Now, most of you remember arcade shooters like fucking early arcade shooters like Namco games. Fucking Time Crisis 1. I fucking love Time Crisis 1, and the amount of times I've cleared this game is insane. I could do like a one playthrough, like one coin playthrough back in the day. It used to be up in the bowling alley. It used to be just up the road, remember?
Yeah.
Farmerstown.
No, it's a shame now you can't really play this game on
There's-
flat screen. So
And you can't play them on the
old screen.
HDMI screens. You can only play them on the standard definition. You know, the old fucking block TVs. Nice one here. But CRT tellies they're called. But I remember Time Crisis. I used to play the shit out of it. And I remember fucking Wild Dog. Wild Dog was fucking awesome. And the main character, Richard Miller. He's just coming out blowing the shit out of everything. But I fucking love this game. I
personally prefer the Point Blank, but that's just me.
Point Blank, another Namco classic.
Yeah, I like Point Blank.
Yeah, but Time Crisis was definitely the game that I loved this game as well. It just reminds you of years ago. And we used to hang around with a friend up in Palmerstown. We used to, back in primary school, it would be like fucking junior school or something if you're in America. But I remember he used to always go back to his house and he had the G-Con 45 and he had this when it came out. The big fucking grey one, it's around here somewhere, but fucking I love it, man. Time Crisis.
My next choice is not particularly just this one now. I like part 1 and 2.
What is it?
It is Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts it's just a fantastic game. Like, you grow up all these Disney characters thing out like, oh gee, I can go into Nightmare Before Christmas world and it's like when I first seen this advertised, I was looking at it like, Disney, another Disney game. It's only for kids. It's only for kids, and I thought, this is not only for kids. This is really good. Like the storyline is fantastic. Sora, what a character to play with. The heart is things like that. It's brilliant. Brilliant. So Kingdom Hearts. Sorry about this show at time. So
It's his worst video.
yeah,
Oh,
first video,
don't
so-
worry about it. I think I've lightened up the mood. I've lubed myself up to make videos now,
Yeah.
so I'm a bit more lively than my first video, and the sound might be a bit shy because I've no fucking microphone yet. So give it time.
Yeah. So Kingdom Hearts.
Alright, what did I guess? Ooh, it's a hard one between these two, but okay. The first Silent Hill, I'm crazy about survival horror, so the first Silent Hill game for me was like, it was like after moving on from Resident Evil 2, and then like Resident Evil 3, what was the year that came out? Resident Evil 3. But I remember I used to be shitting myself, me and my friend years ago, we used to always rent out games from our local Extravision. They rent games, video rentals and shit. And I remember we rented Silent Hill one time, and the starting part when you walk into the alley and you get jumped by all these little midget dudes, and they just they fuck your shit up, and it's just like, oh I'm dead, it's fucking dead already. And then you just wake up in the cafe. There's so many memories with this game, and I've wanted to get it again for years because I have all the other Silent Hills. And my sister's boyfriend just comes down one day and he's like, oh, here's a copy of Silent Hill 1. And I was like, oh man, I'll suck your dick tomorrow. Not really, but you know, a metaphorical dick.
Yeah.
But Silent Hill, definitely. I fucking love Silent Hill. It's not as good as part 2, but it always reminds me of being a kid. Just this,
Yeah.
this definitely. I fucking love Sonic.
Okay, well, my next game is another Sega game.
Mega Drive.
Mega Drive, yeah. And that is Quackshot. Quackshot.
Donald Duck.
Yeah, Donald Duck Quackshot.
Oh, Dorothy Donald Duck bastard.
Now, I used to play this game religiously, and you, like you couldn't save your game on the Sega.
Back in the day, you couldn't save shit.
So, I left my Sega on overnight, on pause and all that. I mean, mother used to turn it off on me, and a few of them are going mad because, believe it or not, I still haven't cleared this game because it kept getting turned off on me, and it's long, like you won't clear it really in one day. Well,
Get yourself an emulator, man.
Yeah.
A good laptop and an emulator, and you fly through, just do
Yeah.
state saves and shit like it. I remember when you used to go to Egypt and stuff, and you had to travel all over the world
Go
to
to
find
Egypt.
like different parts to get into new levels. And
yeah.
remember that? It was fucking awesome.
The Vikings, you go to the Vikings, and then some levels you go back to and you go
Yeah.
progress forward.
Yeah,
into
you
that
can't
level.
go unless you get the special
Yeah.
plunger going and shit like that. Remember that?
And we had in Egypt and the wall closing in, and you're like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Well, so Quackshot.
Donald Duck Quackshot and the Mega Drive.
On the Mega Drive, yeah.
Ooh. Another survival horror that just reminds me. Just all my games are PS1, by the way. They're not my top 5, but just remind me of being a kid, and I fucking love these games. That's the big Capcom's Resident Evil 2. Fucking yes. I remember just playing through the first game when this game came out back in '98 or '97. Being the guy down the road, Dave Cooney. We used to always rent this game now. We could never clear it when we rented it out. And I remember when we got to the 4 stairs, and when you walk up the stairs, it's like the other way it was a fixed camera, and you couldn't like kind of move the camera around or anything like that. You couldn't do that back then because it was all a fixed camera. But we got to like the 4 stairs. It was before you reached the police station. We were like, oh, there's nowhere to go, so we just kept backtracking from the start where the morning wreck is. We just kept backtracking all the time, and we were like, oh, you just go right. You just go across the bridge and down the stairs, and it's just like, that's what you do. So we used to rent this, Resident Evil 2, we used to rent Broken Sword, and we just get like a big bag of blackjack sweets. Remember the aniseed sweets?
The aniseed and fruit
We
salad.
used to just get them with just fucking fruit salad as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, but Resident Evil 2, we rented this out, but I remember when I went back to it again, when I got big into survival horror again, was when the PS2 came out, and Resident Evil Code Veronica came out, and I went back over all of the past Resident Evil games, and I just played the shit out of them. I remember doing all 4 scenarios in this, like, I love it. I can do like a quick playthrough of this as well, I know it like the back of my sack. Unless it gets warped or something like it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh look, that's a new one. Oh, pop that.
So I guess
Your last one that reminds you of a kid.
yeah, I fucking love this game. It's a PlayStation 1 game, RPG, typical, which is Wild Arms.
Wild Arms, I love
I
that.
love Wild Arms.
The whole Western soundtrack.
Yeah. I don't know how many copies of this game I went through. I think it was.
Remember Derma had it years ago.
I used to get scratched so easily because the brothers would play it and they leave
Just
it
leave it
out.
lying. Play, so remember that.
You get so far in the games, they go start skipping and you're like,
Oh,
bastards.
Remember years ago I used to come over and they'd be like, oh, I thought I can have it on the Wild Arms. I was like, you already have it. And it's like, oh no, it's scratched.
Yeah.
I thought you got a new copy
I
of it.
know, yeah.
And it's just like, man, fucking hell. And then I lent it to your brother Derma, and he lost the booklet off of it.
Yeah.
That was fucking years ago.
So it's a good thing that I have my own home now and I don't have brothers to scratch me.
He has his own games in his own private quarters.
I have my own game room, so that's good. So,
But
happy.
Wild Arms, yeah, it was fantastic, and it had like a western kind of feeling to it. And who was it by again? I think it was a Sony exclusive.
Yeah,
So
if any RPG fans out there that haven't played this, I suggest.
I know a few people that actually love this game. the dude from Dragonland, Jonas Heidgert, if I'm pronouncing it right. Jonas, you fucking love Wild Arms. Come to Ireland and get some, bitch. Play a gig or sign my underwear and you can have this game. This is mine, you can have this. And there's some other games there that you might like.
Yeah, so Wild Arms.
This is?
Yeah.
That's your last one?
That's my last one, yeah.
RPG game as well that just took hours and hours and hours of my life is Final Fantasy VII. Oh my god, the amount of talking and the amount of rage when this game came out, it was just like, oh my god. When it first came out, I still remember it, there was a guy up the road, Alvin, kind of black dude, but I remember when it came out, he was always asking me, oh, give us a land of Final Fantasy, give us a land of Final Fantasy, and I remember I didn't properly understand you know, electricity and water and stuff like that, and use lightning against like machines and shit like that. But I remember when I got to the elevator, I think it was in the near the Shinra building, not when you're escaping the Shinra buildings, and you have to use like the lightning to kill the machine. I remember that, and I couldn't get by it for ages. And the guy comes down and he's like, "So you do this, and you use lightning against him in the elevator." I was just like, oh fuck.
There was no internet in the day. You couldn't go.
There was no internet. We just had to rely on whatever other people fucking talking shit down the road. It's just like, oh yeah, I did this yesterday. I remember the Tomb Raider. Remember the Tomb Raider bit?
Yeah.
It's like, you press up, down, left, right, and you walk around the place, and she gets naked.
Yeah, and you have to be rich to own a walkthrough. You know, you were lucky to get a fucking game on.
Remember the old guides? They take Prima official guides. The Prima official guides. He used to have to do like a walkthrough. Remember my cousin Dave used to have all of them. He used to have all the Final Fantasy ones, and he had the Dino Crisis 2 one that I always borrowed off him because I love Dino Crisis 2.
I love them.
That should have been in this as well. But Final Fantasy 7 is definitely just reminds me of being a kid. I fucking love the soundtrack off of it. I love the game. I fucking, it's so much time that I just dedicated to this game.
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
So that's all we got for today. So take a sleazy and we will drink on, motherfucker, like Irish bitches drinking Dutch beer.
Did you?
Later.